But yeah, so I'm going to be going over like a lot of common greninja issues, how to deal with it, how to stop playing so linearly, and hopefully it's very enjoyable for people. I'm going to be doing a lot of this off the top of my head, so bear with me. Bear with me, but it's going to be good information nonetheless. So the first one, this is an obvious one, so we're not going to spend too much time on it because it's very basic. It's Greninja's out of shield options. Yes, they are bad. Yes, they are bad. We have to accept that. We have to accept Greninja's out of shield options are not very good. Now, if it's not footstool out of shield, which I can try to represent, let me just try to near my shield or something. That, which is actually frame 4. Besides that, he doesn't get shit. I mean, luckily for Greninja, you know, him doing footstool down out of shield, he actually can confirm. You know, so that's actually really positive for Greninja. That's a good thing he has. So keep it in mind. It's not the most consistent thing you're going to land 1,000 times, but it can clutch you out of stock every once in a while. So definitely, if you don't know how to do it, learn how to do it. It's going to be reliable. I saw people saying not to bother learning it. Oh, no. You definitely should learn it. You definitely should learn it. Because certain things like misspaced areas like that, you wouldn't get to punish any other way besides footstooling. The only thing is, even you can see now, I'm pretty bad at it. Like, I fuck it up a lot. But if you do get it, you can kill people. If I got the full hop, you know what I'm saying? So it's worth it. Other than that, if you're not parrying, you're not getting anything. So if you're in a situation where you're forced to shield, although you can't hit people off of you, Greninja is one of the hardest characters in this game to keep locked into shield. Just because of the way his jump operates. So if somebody's doing something like pressuring your shield anyway, your goal shouldn't be to try to hit them, because that's not going to work. You're going to get hit. Your goal should be to get the fuck out of there. Reset neutral. That's literally your goal. Because not a lot of people can really stop that, you know? Shield camping. How to deal with shield camping. This is very big for Greninja players. This is very big. So I want you guys to all pay attention to this part, because this is where I see the most issues. Now, a lot of Greninjas tell me the reason that they get shield camped is because we have a frame 13 dash grab. Because the grab is slow, I'm getting shield camped. But that is not the case. I promise you, that is not the case. The real problem is there is no variety of buttons being placed on your opponent's block for them to stop. Now, what I mean by that is if you are constantly giving people options, even if you land 3 grabs for somebody holding shield, they will not stop shielding on that 4th interaction, because everything that you're doing is covering or attacking or pressuring the same position. Now, a lot of the things that you have to realize that are going off in your opponent's head is obviously dash attack, and that's what they're going to be playing around. And now the issue with that is obviously cushion shield dash attack. I get hit, obviously. So what happens if he shields? I grab him, and then I got that, right? Now, but why is that not enough to make him stop shielding? Why? Because no one actually just sits in shield and does nothing. It's always going to be, I just nared, shield. I just did this, shield. I just did this, shield. I just shot a projectile, shield. That's always what it's going to be. And the reason that it's a huge issue for Greninja players is if your neutral is so limited to a dash attack, oh, he's blocking, dash grab, you will never get past your opponent's defense. Because here's the main thing. If I dash attack and miss that, assuming he hits, I'm in a bad position. I should get hit, right? And if I dash grab, it's the same fucking shit. It puts me in the same place, right? That's the issue. That's the issue. So the reason I'm bringing that up is because now Greninjas are putting themselves in a situation where you have to deal with the opponent mashing, you have to deal with the opponent holding shield, and if your opponent moves for any specific reason, any reason at all, now you're open to get hit. And that's what leads to the Greninja is linear stigma, because they're always covering the same space. Whether it's a whiff or whether they get it, they're covering the same space over and over again. So the opponent, you're giving the opponent too many ways to annoy you. He can hold shield to beat you. He can jump in place to beat you. He can swing to beat you, and because Greninja players make it too easy. Now that that's been explained, I'm going to teach you how to circumvent that. And you know, they say, oh, what's Greninja's worst move? The ones I always hear are Shadow Sneak or forward tilt. Now, I'm gonna really be focusing on forward tilt right now because this move, whether it's his worst or not, I'm not here to debate that. It's so important for Greninja's neutral game. Now, the reason I say that is because Greninja himself, we obviously know his dash is pretty unreactable. So it's automatically a 50-50, whether it's a dash attack or a dash grab, whether you should be jumping, you know, shielding or not. But we have to cover the what if, you know, what if they jump, what if they, you know, we have to cover the what if. But the reason F-tilt is important for this is because you get a 50-50 off of Greninja's dash in without even involving grab. If I dash attack and Rob wants to up smash out of shield, that happens, right? Obviously, we all know. But if I run up at F-tilt, will he be able to up smash me? No. The answer is obviously no, right? So putting this in their opponent's head that they can't up smash, it kind of frustrates people, you know, because now they have to. Now we're starting to scratch the surface. Now you're not allowed to just do the same thing over and over. Now there's some variable. You can't just grab or up smash out of shield whenever, right? Right. So now let's add to that. What does F-tilt lose to? F-tilt loses to long-ranged rising aerials, right? So if Christian forward airs out of shield, that's a punish, right? So I get punished for doing that. But if he up smashes, I'm safe, right? So that's already like a little bit of a 50-50 for him. So now, if Greninja chooses to dash forward, what happens if I down tilt while he tries to rising fear? I'm safe. So right off the bat, that's something that should be implemented more in a lot of Greninja plays. That's a 50-50. Removing dash attack and removing dash grab. Take those two out. He has a 50-50 from dash in just off of those two alone if you're blocking. Because you should never know how to punish him properly. You should never know how to punish him properly. That's a 50-50 and that's huge on a lot of characters. You know, characters like Yoshi, characters like, it's huge. And if you want to take it a step further at like, you know, very high level play, that starts to put a lot of mind games onto the battlefield. Because now if I keep run up F-tilting Yoshi and he wants to do Nair out of shield all the time, obviously, pretend Yoshi's doing Nair out of shield and I hit the shield and he's doing Nair, I can hit him now for whiffing. And you know, if I do that over and over, it's going to condition him not to Nair. And one of the beautiful things about down tilt is it's only punishable if they expect it. Only punishable if they expect it. If they're not expecting you down tilt, no one's reacting to that move. What does it have, like 5 frames of shield stun? Yeah, you're gonna be good. So if I already conditioned you, stop doing that out of shield. Stop doing that out of shield. Stop doing that out of shield. So now they're kind of in that moment where they're just like, all right, let me wait it out a little bit because I never know. That moment, you get that down tilt for free. And now you're sliding in with a down tilt for free, and that's how you start opening people up. That's how you start opening people up. It's important for neutral too. Why? Because remember what I went over earlier? If Christian does Nair in place right now, do Nair in place? Yeah, just do it, it's fine. And I whip that dash attack, I'm in a very bad spot. I can get hit, right? And now if he's Nair shielding, and I don't know how to get in, and I'm trying to whip the dash attack and I get hit, that's another big issue. Because then if I want to grab him, but then I'm in the same spot. So what makes this so important? Because if I run up an F-tilt and I whiff, look where I'm at. I'm fine. You know, I'm not going to get opened up the same way. You know, for simply him whiffing and me whiffing, now I'm no longer in the same spot every time. Because a lot of people, when they fight Greninja, they're kind of like, wait for the dash attack, I'll attack this spot, If it's a dash grab, it doesn't matter. They don't even have to change the punish. And now they're hitting you for everything you try, and the Greninja player starts to feel like he's running out of options. Another thing that's good about it is if it happens to be down tilt and he jumps over it, I have no cooldown on down tilt at all, so you end up fine. In fact, you might even be able to sneak in a parry if you time that well enough. So you end up fine. So with those two things, they're already not going to be able to punish you in the same way as it would only just dash attack. And if you add that alone, if you look at everything that I just went over, look at how much mix-up Greninja has on opponents, and I didn't use dash attack, I didn't use dash grab, and I didn't even leave the ground yet. I didn't even press jump once for all these mix-ups that you can do to people to get them. Because if they get it wrong, if you up smash out of shield and I did forward tilt and not dash attack or not down tilt, now you eat a full punish. And vice versa. You will always eat a full punish for getting wrong. Greninja is the 50-50 machine, and it goes much deeper than just his advantage state. A lot of Greninjas would ask me, like, how come my dash attacks on shield aren't getting punished? But if they were to dash attack on shield, they would get punished. And it's little things like this that I implement. Because whenever I dash in, it's not always I'm going to be in the same spot. Sometimes it's down tilt, sometimes it's forward tilt, sometimes it's dash attack, sometimes it is the dash attack, sometimes it's the dash grab, and they never really know. They're always, instead of when I dash in and they know what they want, now when I dash in, it's confusing. They don't like that. They don't want to deal with that, and that's how you start to do it to people. So think about the amount of mix-up I just gave, and I didn't even use his main move, which is dash attack, or the main mix-up, dash grab. He has 50-50s on block, without even using those. Not to mention his jab is good because Greninja has very little shield stun. People are forced to do the out of shield options very quickly. And if Rob tries to up smash this, that always happens to people. That always happens to people. The amount of times I've hit somebody and then jab 2 and 3 will hit because they try to mash their out of shield options. So if you start adding even that, look at all of this I have to deal with people shield camping me. And I didn't leave the ground yet. I didn't even leave the ground yet. And look at all this mix up I have. Look, even when he was ready, he wasn't ready because down tilt only has 5 frames. If you're expecting my jab, if you're expecting my forward tilt, if you're expecting my forward, you'll never be ready. You'll never be ready to punish anything. Everything is a mix up. Everything is hard. Everything is. And then if you're fighting a character with dash attack crosses up, now they have to deal with the cross up. Or for, it becomes a lot. And you don't even have to grab people. It becomes a lot to deal with. Wait, right off the bat, if you just listen to the way I explained it, there is nothing linear about this. There is nothing linear about this. Greninja has a lot of mix-ups. All his moves cover different and do different things to the point where we as a Greninja community need to be implementing everything. If you aren't at this point, you're just holding yourself and the character's meta back. We need to start implementing this. This is the key to stopping dealing with the annoying playstyles. Dash grab alone isn't going to do it. It's not because it's a bad dash grab. I don't think the dash grab is bad at all. We'll get into that another time. But it's because dash grab and dash attack put him in the same position. Once you remove that and you add some forward tilts, you add some down tilts, add some jabs, and you're always in a different position after attacking, it'll add so many layers onto your play, and you'll find more punishes than you ever found before. That's how you actually start getting the dash attacks, because they try to do something they shouldn't have done. Now they got dash attack.